Imagine you are 20 years old. You leave your village, your family, and your entire former life behind. In front of you are 25 years of service. If you survive, you will receive land, money, and Roman citizenship. If not, no one will remember your name. Welcome to the life of a Roman soldier. Today, we are not talking about emperors and famous battles everyone already knows. Today, we enter the everyday life of an ordinary legionary. How was he recruited? How did he train? What did he eat? What punishment did he face if he made a mistake? And why was the Roman army the most powerful force of the ancient world? In the early days of the Roman Empire, a soldier had to be a Roman citizen. That meant not everyone could become a legionary. Poor peasants, slaves, or foreigners usually served in auxiliary units, the so-called auxilia. A legionary had to be physically fit, healthy, and most often between 17 and 25 years old. Before being accepted, he went through a strict examination. If you were not strong enough, you were simply rejected. The Roman army had no place for weakness. Once you became a soldier, your old life was over. Training was brutal. Soldiers marched up to 30 kilometers a day with full equipment. Practiced fighting with wooden swords that were heavier than real ones, and drilled formations, turns, and attacks in perfect synchronization. The Romans did not win because they were stronger as individuals, but because they were the most disciplined army in history. One legionary was just a man. 1,000 legionaries were an unstoppable machine. A Roman soldier was recognizable by his equipment. He carried the gladius, a short sword designed for thrusting, not slashing. For defense, he had the scutum, a large curved shield. He also carried the pilum, a javelin thrown before combat that bent on impact so the enemy could not throw it back. Of course, he also had a metal helmet and armor, the famous larica segmentata, but the most important weapon was not the sword. It was formation. In the famous testudo formation, soldiers covered themselves with shields, like a turtle shell, creating an almost impenetrable wall. A Roman soldier's life was not just about fighting. Most of his time was spent in camp. A typical day looked something like this: a morning inspection, followed by drills and training. Then came building or repairing roads, bridges, and fortifications. Guard duty and maintaining equipment were also constant tasks. The Roman army was also a massive construction force. Many roads and cities across Europe were built thanks to soldiers. Soldiers did not eat luxuriously, but they ate regularly. Their diet consisted mainly of bread or grain, porridge, cheese, and olives, with occasional meat. Pay was not high, and part of it was even automatically deducted for food and equipment. Still, military service offered security, status, and a future that an ordinary peasant could never have. The Roman army was famous for its merciless discipline. For disobedience, punishments included whipping, reduction of rations, or hard labor. And for cowardice or mutiny, there was the most terrible punishment: decimation. Every 10th soldier would be executed in front of the others. It sounds brutal, but it was exactly this discipline that maintained order across the vast empire. Service lasted up to 25 years. But if you survived, a reward awaited you: land, money, and often Roman citizenship. Many veterans became respected citizens, merchants, or landowners. For an ordinary young man from the provinces, the Roman army was one of the few paths to social advancement. The Roman soldier was not just a warrior, he was a builder, a guardian of order, and a symbol of imperial power. Thanks to him, Rome expanded its borders, built roads that are still used today, and laid the foundations of European civilization. And so, the next time you see the remains of Roman walls, roads, or amphitheaters, remember, behind all of it stood ordinary soldiers, people without names in history books, but without whom the Roman Empire would never have existed. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and write in the comments. Could you survive the life of a Roman legionary? Thanks for watching.